Thren thrust her clawed finger toward the back row. I marry him. Elias Ward froze in his seat. The grand chamber's holographic lights flickered across her iridescent scales. Envoys from a dozen worlds gasped. Camera's word. She locked eyes on him. Elias Ward, by the Treaty of Epsilon Vale, I invoke Article 17. You are my match. Silence shattered into murmurs. Elias stood, his heart hammered, but his face stayed stone. 3 years of quiet observation, her sharp negotiations, her unyielding poise, flashed through him. Now this. He stepped forward. Protocol demanded acceptance. I accept the contract, Envoy Thren. Maris Holt, the human cultural officer, shoved through the aisle. Her tablet beeped. Ward, confirm identity. Her voice sliced the air, blunt as ever. Elias nodded once, confirmed. Vec, Sayeli's envoy keeper, slithered closer. His tendrils twitched, scanning Elias's vitals. Human. Treaty bonds demand purity. Professional duty, Elias said, flat. No more. Sayeli tilted her head. Her crest flared blue. Approval in her species. Proceed to vows. The efficient drone hummed to life. Holoscreens projected the treaty text. Elias recited first. I bind myself to Sayeli Thren in alliance. Mutual aid, mutual respect. No more.
He stopped there. No human flourishes.
No hidden promises. Years of loving her from afar stayed locked behind his teeth. Sayeli's turn. Her voice rang clear. I bind to Elias Ward. Alliance sealed. Duties fulfilled. The chamber erupted in polite applause. Drones signaled the ritual phase. Human custom next. The clasp. Elias extended his hand. Palm up. Standard. Sayeli recoiled. Her scales rippled orange. Disgust. My kind transmits neural echoes through flesh. Invasive. The crowd stilled. Then Maris barked. Protocol breach. Alert level 2. Alarms wailed. Red strobes pulsed. Envoys shouted. A Krell diplomat lunged forward. Insult. Retract the bond. Vec's tendrils lashed. Human deceit confirmed. He seeks dominance. Elias moved. He stepped between Sayeli and the surge. Stand down. His voice cut low. Steady. He raised a hand to Maris. Officer Holt, kill the alarm, now. Maris blinked. But regs say de-escalate first. Elias tapped his comm. Security, service corridors, priority escort. The alarms cut. Elias turned to Sayeli. Envoy, this way. Out of sight. She hesitated. Her eyes narrowed, yellow slits assessing. But she followed. Vec blocked them. I accompany. Motive check. Incomplete. Elias met his gaze. Check later. Crowd control first. Vec deferred. Barely. Elias led them to a side panel. His fingers danced over the access code. It hissed open. Dim service tunnels stretched ahead, lit by maintenance strips. Sayeli's claws clicked on the metal floor. You know these paths. Part of the job. Liaison work meant back doors, quiet fixes. Behind, the chamber roar faded. Maris's voice echoed faintly. Clear the hall! No incidents. They emerged in a quiet antechamber. Soft lights hummed. Elias sealed the door. Safe. Sayeli scanned the room. Sparse. Functional. Her crest dimmed to green. Calm. Efficient. Your humans favor hidden routes. Keeps things smooth. He gestured to a bench. Sit. Water? She perched. Rigid. No. Explain the clask demand. Elias poured from a dispenser anyway. Placed the cup near her. Human ritual. Trust seal. Optional here. Optional? Vec snorted. You initiated. Tradition. Elias leaned against a wall. Arms crossed. You rejected. Fair. Sayeli's tail flicked. Your officer alarmed the treaty. Public shame. Maris follows code. Rigid. Elias shrugged. I overrode. Vec circled. Override authority. You hide power. Common sense. Elias watched Sayeli. Her scales smoothed. Thirst won. She sipped the water. Careful. Why you, she asked. Direct. Treaty scan. Compatible profiles. Lie by omission. He'd volunteered years ago. Watched her rise. Fixed her overlooked crises from shadows. Vec probed. Scans lie. Motives. Duty. Elias straightened. A distant rumble. Crowd dispersing. We should move. Quarters prepped. Sci-Fi rose. Lead. They navigated more corridors. Elias keyed another lock. Her diplomatic suite opened. Spacious, Earth-style acclimated. The soft fabrics, dim lamps, no harsh alien fluorescence. Scanner's word. Clear. Report to council? Elias asked. Vec paused. Observation continues. Sally waved him off. Dismissed. For now. Vec bowed. Slithered out, alone. Sally's gaze pinned Elias. You restricted vows. No excess. Respect your ways. He nodded to the door. Rest. I'll coordinate fallout. She stepped closer. Sniffed the air. Human scent, faint, clean. Fallout? Marries will brief. Diplomats grumble. Elias pulled a data pad. I smoothed it. No breach logged. Her crest pulsed violet. Curiosity. How? Know the players. He tapped the pad. Forwarded logs. Done. Sily reviewed. Silent. Then, you de-escalated without force. Unusual. Humans adapt. He pocketed the pad. Call if needed. He turned to leave. Wait. Her voice sharpened. Contract begins now. Share quarters. Elias halted. Protocol pinged his comment. Separate until mutual consent. Your call. She considered. Scales shifted teal. Thoughtful. Separate. For adjustment. Understood. Relief masked as calm. Too soon. As he exited, Vec lurked in the hall. She tests you already. Elias sidestepped. Good. Marries stormed up. Ward. What the hell? You bypassed me. Fix the alarm. Elias kept walking. Log it. You're too soft on her. Marries jabbed her tablet. Rejection means review. Review later. Elias entered the lift, doors shut. Alone, he exhaled. Years of quiet love ignited now, but she'd learned his care in actions, not words. Back in her suite, Sally touched a water cup. Still cool, human normalcy. Strange, a chime. Vec's report feed. He knows corridors like bloodlines. Hides depths. She deleted it. Watched the door. Something stirred. Not treaty. More. Elias reached his outpost. Comm buzzed. Treaty alert? Bond active. He smiled. First step. But Vec's shadow trailed. And Marries plotted protocol walls.
Fragile start.
Sally activated her console. Pulled his file. Liaison. Unremarkable. Yet, she traced the de-escalation log. His overrides. Precise. Saving her face. Human care. Rewiring already. Tomorrow's briefings loomed. Pressures mounted. But for now, trust sparked. Isali swept her scanner across the apartment threshold. Red alerts flashed. Unsecured vents spewing dry air. Lights pulsing harsh yellow-white. Walls humming at 22 degrees Celsius. Threats everywhere. Vec's frills flared behind her. Envoy. This is no diplomatic suite. Human clutter. Fabrics shedding fibers. Exposed wiring conduits. Possible contaminants. Catalog it all. Sally strode inside. Her scales prickling under the assault. Couch fibers could snag gill slits. Kitchen emitters risked overheating her sensitive hide. Bedroom door hung ajar. Unknown occupancy traces. She claimed the main sleeping chamber, sealing it with her portable field generator. Battlefield secured. For now, Elias Ward appeared at the doorframe, arms loaded with a toolkit. No announcement, just calm entry. Settling in, she stiffened. His scent, clean soap, faint machine oil, invaded her filters. Adjustment phase, per protocol. He nodded, eyes scanning her scanner's glow, noted. I'll clear the common areas. He set the kit down without waiting, pulling panels from the walls. Vec hissed low. He invades your perimeter. Sally watched. Elias worked methodically, no wasted motion. Wires snaked from his hands. She returned to scanning. A framed hollow on the shelf. Human family. Faded edges. Ownership totem, threat level, emotional leverage. Her comm chimed. Marries Holt's face popped up. Fren! Protocol requires joint inventory. Ward's bypassing again. Inventory complete. Sally said. Human enters freely. Marries scowled. That's the problem. He's too accommodating. Makes you look weak. Treaty review if you don't assert dominance. Sayili cut the link. Dominance. Her species negotiated through unyielding lines. Humans blurred them. She eyed Elias. He stripped vent covers now, ignoring her scrutiny. Hours passed. She retreated to her sealed room, running bioscans on the air. Humidity at 30%. Irritant. Light spectrum skewed human visual. Sleep eluded her. Vec paced outside. I probed his logs, Envoy. He overrode station security for your water protocols yesterday. Why? Data? She murmured, but his file glowed on her pad. De-escalations. Quiet fixes. Not unremarkable. Dawn cycle hit. Saley emerged, scales dull from dehydration. The apartment hummed differently. Softer. She froze. Lights bathed the room in teal-blue spectrum. Perfect for her vision repair. Vents whispered humid mist. Temperature climbed to 28°C. Filters cycling her preferred oxygen mix. Every surface gleamed. Fibers vacuumed clean. No threats. Elias leaned against the kitchen counter, datapad in hand. A steaming mug waited beside him. Her species nectar brew, sourced from diplomatic stores. Steam carried exact moisture balance. Your adjustments, she said. Scanner forgotten in her grip. Standard liaison work. He slid the mug forward. Bioprofile public. Tested the mix twice. Vec burst from the hall. Tampering. He reprograms your environment. Marks territory. Saley's scales flashed crimson. Alarm. The mug. The changes. Human claiming ritual. Ownership through provision. Her people bound alliances with resource control. Not gifts. She snatched the mug, dumping it into the sink. Liquid swirled away. No bindings. Revoke access. Elias didn't flinch. He tapped his pad. A contract scrolled up, projected midair. Already drafted. New boundaries. Your veto on all changes. Room locks honored. Common areas mutual. Exit clause at 48 hours notice. Vec snatched the projection. Frills vibrating. Trickery. He anticipates rejection. Sayili scanned the text. Precise clauses. Her overrides prioritized. No fine print. Human normalcy. Rewiring her world in an afternoon, then handing control. Why? Her voice cracked, scales shifting teal, contracts pragmatic. But trust isn't. He stepped back, toolkit in hand. Your call. Marries hammered the door chime. It burst open. Override code. What fresh chaos. Vec's report flagged environmental hacks. Ward, you're under review. Elias met her glare. Logged it. Changes reversible. Marries jabbed her tablet at Saley. Envoy. Assert protocol. Separate quarters now, or the Treaty Council demands audit. Aliens don't adjust to human whims. Vec nodded furiously. She poisons the bond. Report sent. Pressure coiled. Outside comms buzzed. Treaty alerts. Envoy peers questioning her, softening. Her house elders demanded status. Alliance secured or severed. Sayili's gill slits fluttered in the perfect humidity. Elias stood quiet. Hands open. No push. He'd built her haven, then offered the key. Review denied, she said to Marries. Scales steadied. Modifications stay. Veto mine. Marries gaped. You're joking. He's human. Humble mechanic, playing house. Vec tugged her arm. Envoy, reconsider. Motives hidden. Elias packed his toolkit. I'll store in the utility closet. Your space. He turned to leave. Sayili caught his sleeve. Reflex, fabric soft under her claws. The brew. Remake it. He paused, nodded. No smile. Just action. Vec dragged Marries out, muttering into comms. Door sealed. Saley sipped the fresh mug, warmth spread, membranes relaxing. Apartment no longer battlefield. She pulled his file again, deeper logs. Years of prep reports. Her missions tracked. Water fixes pre-arrival. Quiet vigilance, not treaty tool. More. Her scales flushed violet. Curiosity. Trust edged in, but Vec's shadow lingered in the hall feed. Marries plotted. Pressures mounted. Elias returned with the brew, setting it down. Their fingers brushed. Human skin warm, steady. She didn't pull away. Comm blared. Elder Council incoming query. Bond. Fragile, he noticed. Need backup for the response? Her nod came slow. Chosen step. Outside, Vec whispered to shadows. He hides love. Test deeper. Siley exhaled mist. Tomorrow's pressures loomed. But his rewiring held. First real spark. Elias watched her sip. Years of silent devotion uncoiling in his chest. Actions spoke. She'd hear soon, but Vec's probe light flickered on the door panel. Test incoming. She set the mug down. Show me the filter controls. He did. Hands guiding, no claim. Scales brightened. Learning. Marris's voice echoed from the corridor. Ward, audit starts now. He glanced at Saley. Her veto waited. Handle it, she said. He stepped out. Calm as ever. Door shut. Siley touched the light panel. Teal glow answered. Human care. Rewiring her. Not ownership. Protection. Violet deepened. Something stirred. Not duty. Want. Vec's report pinged her console. He defers. Weakness or ploy. She deleted it. Touched the boundary contract. Veto hers. First choice made. But council feed escalated. Prove viability or dissolve. Fragile. Tested. Elias's voice filtered through door. Audit logged. Changes protocol compliant. Marries snarled. Vec probed. Siley rose. Joined him, side by side. Bond strengthening. His glance met hers. Quiet promise. Years hidden. Revealed in glances. She nodded. Accepted. Council be damned. This worked. Vec's frills drooped on the feed. Outmaneuvered. For now. But deeper tests brewed. Elder fleets inbound. Trust built. Love brewing too. Siley smiled. Human gesture learned. His influence. Elias caught it. Heart raced. Hidden no more. Step forward. Chosen. Hook landed. Siley thrust the ceremonial blade toward Elias. Its edge gleamed under the habitat lights. Violet inlays pulsed with her resolve. Accept this, spouse. It sets terms. You hold my rank, or yield it. Elias stood in their shared quarters. Vec flanked her left, frills rigid. Marries hovered by the door, tablet glowing. The air hummed with tension. Saley's scales itched for hierarchy. Treaty marriage demanded clarity. No ambiguities. He met her gaze. No flinch. His hand stayed at his side. Not yet. He stepped to his locker, pulled out a compact white kit, snapped it open. Human custom first. Vec's probe word. Irrelevant ritual. Rank now. Elias ignored him, grabbed a sterile needle from the kit, rolled up his sleeve, pricked his forearm. A bead of blood welled. He pressed a white pad over it, sealed it with tape. Cuts happen. This stops bleeding, cleans wounds, prevents infection. He offered the kit. Yours now. Use it. Silence crashed down. Siley's frills froze mid-flare. Vec's lights stuttered. Marris's tablet beeped forgotten. Humans carried wound menders like sidearms? No posturing, just readiness. She took the kit. Scales shifted teal. You injure yourself to teach? Actions prove. He nodded at the blade. Your turn sets terms. Mine does too. Vec lunged forward. Frills splayed wide. Loyalty test. Declare publicly. No intimacy until council approves. Swear it, human, or expose your motives. Elias's jaw tightened. Once, he faced Vec. No. Treaty Clause 7.2. Private mediation for spousal disputes. We invoke it. Marries snorted. That's for trade tariffs, Ward. Not this. Siley's console pinged. Console feed. Viability proof demanded. Elder fleet arrives in 48 cycles. Pressure coiled. Vec's test aimed to fracture them. Public refusal would bind Elias in chains of doubt. Her people watched every feed. She gripped the kit. Elias's blood speck marred the pad. He hadn't hesitated. Protected first. Her. Always. Vec. Her voice cut sharp. Stand down. Mediation granted. Vec's frills drooped. Envoy. Out. She pointed to the door. Vec retreated. Probe trailing sparks. Marries followed with a glare. Door sealed. Alone. Elias exhaled. Turned to her. Clause gives us time. Private. Saley sheathed the blade. Set it aside. Opened the kit. Mimicked his prick on her scaled palm. Hiss of pain. Pad sealed it. No sting lingered. Efficient, like your audits. He smiled. Faint. Keeps us moving. She traced the kit's compartments. Antiseptics. Splints. Human ingenuity in plastic. Her people engineered fleets. He mended bodies. Quiet strength. Why bandages over blade? Blade's claim. This shares. He sat at the console, pulled up treaty text. Mediation starts now. Council wants proof. We build it. Her scales warmed violet. Stirred again. Not duty. His calm rewired her. Years of his reports, professional, unflinching. Hidden depths. Ping. Vex private channel. He maneuvers. Dissolve bond. She deleted it. Tapped public log. Mediation invoked. Spouses confer. Elias glanced up. Council feed? Handled. She joined him. Shoulder to shoulder. His warmth radiated. Human trait. Study. He scrolled clauses. They test for weakness. We show unity. Footsteps outside. Marries banged the panel. Ward. Vec. Demands witness logs. Now. Elias rose. Squeezed her hand. Brief. Electric. Stay here. I'll log it clean. She nodded. Watched him go. Door shut. His voice filtered. Logs compliant. No intimacy declarations needed. Vec snarled. Ploy. Treaty says private. Elias's tone even. Steel beneath. Saley touched her sealed palm. Teal glow answered protection. Not possession. Her veto power hummed. First real choice. Council feed escalated. Elder demands viability demo. Public oath or dissolve. Joe roughed. Fragile. But his hand squeeze lingered. Want deepened. She rose. Joined the corridor fray. Elias mid-sentence. Vec probing his stance. Marries tapping furiously. Enough. Saili stepped between. Mediation terms. We demonstrate privately. Report outcomes. Vec's lights dimmed. Unprecedented. Approved. Elias backed her. Marries huffed. Fine, but elders inbound. Clock ticks. They retreated to quarters. Door sealed. Elias faced her. Goal. Prove viability without their scripts. She nodded, pulled the blade again, offered hilt first. Terms now. Equal. He took it, sheathed it beside his kit. Equal. Scales flared violet, heartbeat synced, human rhythm, learned, ping. Private council query. Sile's veto log. She ignored, touched his arm. Show me more, human care. He opened the kit wider, explained sutures. She practiced on synth scan, precise. His guidance firm. No dominance. Vec's probe flickered outside. Ignored. Hours passed. Laughter escaped her. Human sound. His eyes lit. Council feed blared. Fleet accelerates. 36 cycles. Oath or end. Elias stood. We need a plan. Saley gripped the blade. Together. His hand covered hers. Warmth spread. Years hidden. Glances revealed. Love brewed. But Vec's shadow loomed. Deeper probe incoming. Elder test brewed. Door panel sparked. Vec's voice. Envoy. Breach detected. She tensed. Elias squeezed once. Ready. Saili unsealed the door. Vec burst in. Frills venom wide. Human touched you. Intimacy breach. Council dissolves. No. She held up the kit. Care shared. No intimacy. Vec scanned. Stuttered. But Elias stepped forward, calm. Log it. Mediation evidence. Marries appeared behind. He's right. No breach. Vec retreated. Frills limp. Elders will judge. Door shut. Saley exhaled. Leaned into Elias. His arms steadied her. Not claim. Anchor. Trust building. She murmured. He nodded. Step by step, violet deepened. Want. Solidified. Chosen. But console flashed. Elder fleet. 24 cycles. Final viability right demanded. His glance met hers. Promise deepened. Test waited. Bond held. She smiled. His influence. He caught it. Heart raced visible in his pulse. Outside engines thrummed. Fleet neared. Deeper challenge inbound. Elias pulled a new tool from the kit. Next lesson. Pressure bandages. She watched. Learned. Loved. brewing fast. Marries burst through the door panel, tablet clutched like a shield, joint interview. Now, council feeds live across both fleets. Saeli set down the bandage roll. Elias's fingers paused mid-demonstration. His calm eyes flicked to Marries. No flinch. Scheduled when? Elias asked. 5 cycles ago. Protocol demands it. Marries thrust the tablet forward. Smile for the treaty cams, or we lose public buy-in. Saeli rose. Her frills tightened. Vec hovered in the corridor, scanner humming. Another test. She nodded. Lead. Elias packed the kit with steady hands. I'll join. Liaison duty. Marries snorted. Fine, but stick to script. They filed into the comm chamber. Hollow screens flickered to life. Dual feeds, human anchors in sharp suits, alien elders with venom-frilled stares. Billions watched. Treaty hung by this thread. Saeli took the central seat. Elias flanked her left. Marries right. Vec loomed off cam, loading every breath. Lights glared. Anchors leaned in. Envoy Thren. The human anchor boomed. Your union with Liaison Ward seals peace. How does it feel? Marries jabbed Saeli's thigh under the table. Loaded question. Pushed the romance angle. Saeli's translator chip hummed. Human words twisted in her mind. Feel? Emotions secondary. Duty first. She straightened. Frills neutral. This marriage functions as pragmatic alliance. Genetic exchange optional. Primary directive. Stabilize fleet orbits. Prevent war escalation. Silence crashed. Human anchor's jaw dropped. Alien elders hissed through feeds. Marries paled. What the? Feeds exploded. Human comments scrolled. Slavery. She's using him. Cancel the treaty. Alien sides lit venom red. Insult to bond rights. Vec scanner beeped shrill. Deviation logged. Motives impure. Saeli blinked. Her words. Formal, precise. Why outrage? Elias leaned into his mic. Voice even. My fault entirely. All eyes snapped to him. Anchors gaped. I briefed Envoy Thren on treaty mechanics, he continued. She quoted my notes verbatim. Humans value candor. Let's refocus. This union unlocks shared nav data. Fleet collision averted. Trade routes open. Billions breathe easier. He tapped his tablet. Hollow charts bloomed. Orbit paths aligning. Resource flows green. Human feeds shifted. Guys got it. Alien elders' frills eased to amber. Marries exhaled. Anchors nodded. Liaison Ward clarifies. Envoy. Saeli gripped her chair arms. Elias's play. Blame absorbed. Focus redirected. Seamless. Confirmed. Benefits paramount. Interview wrapped. Feeds cut. Scandal simmered, but flames banked. Vec yanked Saeli aside in the corridor. Public record now demands purity vow. Human deceived you? No. She pulled free. Review logs. Marries clapped Elias's shoulder. Smooth save, but that pragmatic line? Mistranslation gold. Humans hear contract, not heart. Elias shrugged. We'll adapt. His eyes met Saeli's. Steady anchor. She spun toward their quarters, door sealed behind them. Alone, Elias faced her, hands open. No advance. Truth, she demanded. Recorder activated on her wrist cuff. Vex protocol. Every word logged for elders. Your motive. On record. Why shield me? He paused. Room hummed soft. Her pulse thrummed in frills. Outside pressure mounted. Fleet clocks ticked to 24 cycles. Elder Wright loomed. Protocol first, he said. I'm liaison. Your words were accurate. Treaty math checks out. She stepped closer. Violet flecks stirred in her skin. False. You took blame. Unnecessary. Elias met her gaze. No dodge. Humans fix leaks before they flood. Public outrage kills deals. I contained it. Personal stake. Her voice sharpened. Years assigned here. Watched me. Glances. The kit. Care beyond duty. He exhaled slow. Wrist recorder blinked red. Recording. Duty evolved. Evolved how? She pressed. Frills flared slight. Heat built in her core. His calm cracked her walls. First docking 3 years back. His words measured. You negotiated solo against 5 human reps. No backup. Secured water rights. I admired that. Discipline. Then, patterns. You skipped recharge cycles. Ignored strain alerts. Humans call it burnout. She tilted head. Efficiency. To us. Self-harm. He pulled the medkit again, unzipped slow. Offered this. You refused. Politely. I waited. Waited. Years. Her chest tightened. And now. Now. Elias set the kit between them. Bridge or barrier. Marriage activated it. Arranged, yes. But I volunteered. Knew your ways. Wanted to show ours. Show? Normal human care. He demonstrated. Cloth strip. Pressure point on his own arm. Not claim. Partnership. You lean, I steady. Fleet comes, we face it. Recorder word. Vec would dissect this. Elders probe for deceit, but his pulse. Steady under skin. No lie flutter. Silently touched the kit. Fabric soft, like his hand on hers earlier. Warmth lingered. Human normal rewires. He smiled faint. First crack in professional mask. Good. Door panel buzzed. Maris's voice. Press storm incoming. Pragmatic bride. Trending. We spin it romantic or sink. Elias glanced at Saeli. Question in eyes. She nodded, but her cuff beeped. Incoming transmission. Vec to envoy. Log reviewed. Human motive suspect. Elder fleet demands live viability test. 12 cycles. Prepare genetic sample. Frills iced. Genetic exchange. Now. Public. Scandal reignited. Elias caught her stiffen. Hand hovered near hers, not touching. Offering. She exhaled. Took the cloth strip. Wrapped his arm. Tight. Secure. Lesson returned. His eyes lit. Pulse jumped. Bond pulled taut. Console flashed urgent. Human public. Demand divorce. Alien radicals. Invoke breach right. Outside, engines roared closer. Fleet shadows loomed. Test inbound. Her choice crystallized. His. Chosen. But Vec's shadow darkened the panel. Probe sharpened. Truth logged. Now act.
He nodded. Pulled coordinates.
Plan starts here. Saeli's cuff burned with an urgent ping. She yanked it up. Red script scrolled. Envoy Thren. Divorce the human or bleed. Fleet radicals claim you. Last warning. Knife follows. Frill spiked cold. She slammed the console. Elias. Out. Now. He paused mid-coordinate pull. Eyes on the holomap flickering over the desk. Building schematics glowed. Vents, doors, stairwells. His fingers danced, marking weak points. Saeli. Threat logged. Radicals. They target me. You leave. Secure perimeter outside. Her voice clipped. Envoy steel. Vec's probe light blinked on the panel. Watching. Reporting. No human in crossfire. Elias straightened. Jaw set. Not leaving. He tapped security feed. Human guards nodded on split screen. Repositioning. Mapped entries. Non-lethal set. Nets. Stunners. You stay central. She gripped a desk edge. Scales itched under protocol robes. Order given. Obey. Partnership meant balance, not suicide. His pulse thrummed visible in neck. Calm. Defiant. Human normal. Reckless. Vec's voice crackled through. Envoy. Deviation noted. Human ignores directive. Motive suspect. Confirmed. Saeli snapped. To Elias, exit. Fleet test inbound. Genetic sample waits. No corpse delays. He met her gaze. Pan-brushed kit. Her wrapped bandage on his arm. Tight. Secure. Trust the plan. Then he moved. Slipped to the door panel. Overrode lock with a wrist flick. Vanished into corridor shadow. Frills flattened. She exhaled. Recorder word approval. Wise choice. Vec silent. For now. Console flashed. Maris. Press sealed building. Radicals trending. Spin. Envoy protected. Or crash. Saeli paced. Stairwell access hummed nearby. Emergency route. She checked blade holster. Empty. Protocol forbade weapons in treaty zones. Relied on guards. Fleet skill. Precision strikes. No mess. Footsteps echoed. Too light. Her frills quivered. Scent shift. Ozone tang. Intruder chem spray? Door panel sparked, breached. She bolted for stairwell, legs pumped, robes whipping. Security! Breach Alpha! Static answered. Jammers. Stairwell door slammed open. Shadow lunged. Cloaked figure, vibro knife gleaming. Radical insignia pulsed on sleeve. Friend blood for purity. She dodged. Backslammed wall. Knife slashed air. Missed throat by scales. Frills locked rigid. No blade. No range. Cornered. Footfalls pounded below. Elevator dinged wrong floor. Trapped. Attacker lunged again. Blade arced down. Elias exploded from side vent. Body intercepted. Knife bit his shoulder. Grunt escaped. Muffled. He twisted. Arm locked attacker's wrist. Non-lethal pivot. Elbow strike to nerve cluster. Knife clattered. Radical snarled. Free hand clawed. Poison barbs extended. Elias rolled. Used momentum. Pinned attacker face down. Knee jammed spine. Zip ties snapped from vest. Bound in seconds. No kill. No blood beyond his own. Saley froze. Chest heaved. His shoulder seeped red. Knife mark shallow. Blocked full force. You. Mapped vents. He nodded. Winced as he hauled attacker up. Security burst in. Nets deployed. Stunners hummed. Radical dragged away. Snarling curses. Elias leaned on rail. Pressed wound. Told you. Plan. Vex voice pierced comms. Witnessed. Human competence logged, but wound. Self-risk. Motive? Sayali stepped close. Hand hovered, touched his arm. The bandaged one. Steady pulse. No flutter. Partnership. She tore cloth from her robe hem, pressed his shoulder. Firm. Non-lethal. Like you. His eyes crinkled. Mask cracked wider. Learned from best. Marries stormed stairwell. Feeds captured. Hero shot. Human saves bride. Trending gold. But fleet probe. Genetic now. Medbay prepped. Saley's cuff pinged. Elder command. Sample viable? Test live feed. Frills warmed. She squeezed Elias's good arm. Together? Always. He stood straight. Ignored blood. Led to medbay. Door sealed. Scanner hummed. Vec hovered. Probe whirring. Marries barked protocols. Elias extended arm first. Needle pricked. Sample vial filled. Steady hand, no flinch. Saley's turn. She watched his face. Calm. Years of logs flashed. His quiet fixes hidden briefs. Love, masked, professional. Vial swapped. Mixer word. Green light. Compatible. Vac stiffened. Anomaly. Human baseline exceeds norms. Viable offspring projection. 87%. Elias shrugged. Normal. Sayali touched vial. Warmth spread. Rewires. Console blared. Fleet inbound. Radicals rally. Divorce chants rise. Outside. Shadows bulked. Engines throbbed. Elias pulled fresh map. Next plan. Her frills curled. Trust solidified. Knife proved it. He never left. But Vex probe sharpened. Elder query. Human endurance engineered? Test phase 2. Combat sim. Sally's grip tightened. Accepted. Elias smiled faint. Shoulder bandaged fresh. Her work ready. Pressure mounted. Bond held. Med bay doors hissed. Marries shoved in. Fleet docked. Elders demand audience. Now. And press once couple pics. Romantic angle. Suwali scales prickled. Public genetic reveal. Scandal fuel. Elias wiped scanner. Spin it real. Beck. Chittered. Human boldness. Logged. They moved as unit. Corridor buzzed. Guards flanked. Feeds rolled. Elder chamber loomed. Hollow thrones glowed. Radical fringes hissed from edges. Lead elder pulsed frills. Envoy Thren. Proof of union viability? Saley thrust vial. Test complete. Compatible. Scans swept. Murmurs rose. Human strain. Resilient. Radical barked. Breach right. Polluted blood. Elias stepped forward. Voice level. Alliance holds. Threat neutralized. Data shares. Elder paused. Reviewed feeds. His vent dive. Knife block. Competence noted. Human normal. Extraordinary. Vec nodded slow. Confirmed. No deceit. Zaylee's chest eased. She leaned, subtle, into Elias, his steadiness anchored. But Radical lunged from fringe. Barbs flashed. Elias shifted, body blocked path. Non-lethal shove. Sent attacker sprawling into guards. Chamber gasped. Elder Frills flared approval. Protector proven. Radical hauled off. Chance died. Maris grinned from door. Gold footage. Human shield. Dews exploding. Zaylee met Elias's eyes. Pulse synced. Chosen. He squeezed her hand. First open touch. Finally. Fleet hummed retreat signal. Press storm peaked. Vec logged final. Bond authentic. Door panels cleared. They walked free together, but Cuff pinged private. Radical cell. Second wave. Target. Offspring viable. Frills iced anew. Elias saw. Mapped pocket hollow. Plan B ready. She nodded. Knife lesson etched. He stayed. Always. Bond unbreakable. Zaylee slammed the door panel behind them. Her frills flared at the Cuff's warning glow. Radical cell. Offspring viable. The words burned. Elias dropped his jacket on the bunk. Blood seeped through his shirt from the Radical's barb graze. He waved her off. Surface cut. Seal it. She grabbed the med kit. No arguments. Her claws clicked open the scanner. Strip. Protocol demands full review. He peeled the shirt away. The gash ran rib-long, shallow but ragged. Human skin knit slower than Thren scales. She sprayed the sealant. Hiss filled the cabin. His muscles tensed under her touch, then relaxed. Plan B, he said. Pocket hollow flickered. Evac routes, safe houses, alliance backups. We move at shift end. Your call. She nodded. Frills settled. His calm mapped chaos into steps. Always, but the vile test lingered. Compatible. Offspring. Her core pulsed unease. Scanner synced to his personal log. Standard injury care review. Cross-reference past wounds. Track resilience. She tapped the interface. Files scrolled. Dive scars. Knife blocks. Routine fixes. One folder blinked. Archived. Locked. Timestamp. 4 cycles back. Her claw hovered. Curiosity pricked. She overrode with envoy codes. Liaison access granted. Letters spilled out. Dozens. Holotext voice notes drafts. All addressed to Zaylee Thren. Her breath caught. Frills iced. She opened the first. Envoy Thren. Your precision in the trade summit shamed our negotiators. I watched from the back. Elias Ward. Next. Zaylee. Your frill patterns shift like star maps. Diplomatic logs don't capture it. Unsent. E. Years. Every encounter. Hidden praise. Quiet awe. You dove into that breach without armor. Thren resilience humbles us soft skins. I'd follow. Her claws trembled. She flicked to a voice note. Wea. His voice low. Zaylee, if protocol allowed, I'd ask. But I'm just the fixer. Stay safe. Marris's protocols. All blind to this. Elias shifted. Zaylee, logs clear. She spun the hollow toward him. Letters glowed between them. These. Yours. To me.
He froze.
Color drained from his face. No denial. He sat up slow. Yeah. Never sent. Professional boundary. Years. Her voice cracked. Frills quivered. Trust right instinct rising. Why hide? He met her gaze. Steady. Loved you since the summit. The first time you synced frills with our captain. Saw you, not the envoy, but arranged match? Alliance tool. Didn't want to pressure. Or seem opportunistic. Her core twisted. Pragmatic union. That's what she signed. Treaty ink. Not this. Void it, he said. Pulled the contract pad from his kit. If you want out. No hard feelings. Alliance data's solid. We walk. Frills flared hot. Vex reports echoed. Tests for deceit. All passed. But this. Pure. No. She snatched the pad. Trust right protocol surged. Bio 3-way. Bare vulnerability. Rewrite bond. Initiate right. My species test. He blinked. Right. Claws to core. Witness truth. She sliced her palm shallow. Blue blood welled. Pressed to his chest. Ask vow. New one. Yours. His hand covered hers, warm. Human pulse synced erratic to her rhythm. He thought, pulled a stylus. Not void. Rewrite. Pad glowed. He typed fast. Clean terms. Mutual choice covenant. Elias Ward and Saley Thren select union freely. Dissolve any time. No penalty. Build or break by action. Offspring optional. Protected equal. He signed first. Thumbprint sealed. Your turn. If yes, she stared. No treaty chains. Choice. His letters burned in memory. Years waiting. Claw pressed his pad. Blood-smeared signature. Chosen. He exhaled. Pulled her close. First unprofessional embrace. His lips brushed her frill base. Human kiss right. Gentle fire. Cabin alarms blipped. Cuff pinged again. Radical signatures inbound. Docking bay. Elias stood. Grabbed gear. Plan B now. She holstered her blade. His lesson etched. Frills locked purpose. Together. They burst into the corridor. Vec waited, chittering. Deviation logged. Right confirmed. Saley thrust the pad. New covenant. Authenticate. Vec scanned. Frills twitched approval. Human rewrite. Equitable. Logged. Marries rounded the corner. Holocam rolling. What fresh drama? Views. Later. Elias cut. Evac. Radicals. Marries nodded sharp. Shuttle prepped. Fringe chatter spiked. Guards fell in. They sprinted. Bulkheads sealed behind. Radical drones buzzed distant. Barbs primed. Elias flanked Saley. Hand grazed hers. Signal. Mine. She synced. Pushed faster. Docking bay loomed. Docking bay loomed. Drones breached outer hatch. Sparks flew. Elias tossed a pulse grenade. Boom. Field scrambled. Go. Saley dove first. Cleared the ramp. Turned. Fired cover. Precise bursts shredded drone shells. He vaulted in last. Sealed the hatch. Shuttle hummed launch. Marries whooped from nav. Clips gold. Covenant clash trending. Vec monitored feeds. Cell scattered. Offspring threat. Paused. Saley leaned into Elias. Core steady. Letters real. Vow real. He squeezed her claw. Home vector? She nodded. Human colony edge. Neutral ground. Build there. But Cuff whispered final ping. Radical elder escaped. Vow target now. Frills iced. Elias mapped new hollow. Plan C. She smiled. Claws linked his. Unbreakable. Saley slammed her claw on the audit podium. Hollow screens flickered across the neutral council chamber. Thren elders on one side. Human delegates on the other. Audit rejected. This bond demands receremony. Consent now, or treaty voids. Frills rigid, she scanned the chamber. Vec stood rigid beside her delegation, mandibles clicking data logs. Marries Holt lounged at the human table, stylus tapping, eyes sharp. Elias waited silent at her flank, shoulders squared but gaze steady on the elders. No boasts, just presence. Thren Prime Elder Kresh leaned forward. Frills pulsing dissent. Envoy Thren, the contract binds. Human liaison secured fringe stability. Rewards allocated. Elias Ward claims sector access. Trade primacy. No. Elias's voice cut clean. No raise. He stepped forward, palms open. Human gesture of zero threat. All eyes locked. Decline all rewards. No sector access. No trade cuts. Request only shared residency rights or colony edge plot. Equal build. Gasps rippled Thrin's side. Vex frills spiked alarm, scanning Elias for deceit. Marries snorted, holopad whirring, bold. Views exploding already. Berries of his letters hidden now in her cuff, flashed, protect the quiet ones. He built her trust in shadows. Now, public strip of gain, pure. Kresh's mandibles ground. Human protocol demands compensation. Pragmatism evolves. Saley overrode, claws flexing. Audit exposed contract flaws. Radicals targeted me as vow pawn. Elias rewrote escape. Together, she thrust the shuttle pad at the central hollow. Logs bloomed. Drone breach, his grenade, her cover fire. Receremony enforces true covenant. Consent right. Here, delegations witness. Human delegates murmured approval. Marries grinned wolfish. Protocol pivot. I second. Cross-species gold. Vec chittered urgent into her comm. Envoy unlogged risks. Human motives. Tested. Zaylee silenced him. Frill's locking command. Council votes. Kresh consulted sidescreens. Radical chatter pinged feeds. Escaped elder rallying cells. Pressure mounted. Approved. Narrow. Perform trust right. Name or dissolve. Chamber hushed. Siley turned to Elias. His eyes held hers. Years of quiet care distilled. No force. Choice. She knelt on the right platform. Central dais glowing blue. Frills extended full. Vulnerable weave. Tren custom. Bare core to chosen, link, or sever. Delegations encircled. Recorders live. Elias Ward. Her voice echoed, claws parting vest scales. Core pulse exposed. Rhythmic glow. I, Siley Thren. Envoy of Thren conquered. Name you chosen, mate. Beyond paper. Beyond treaty. Claws to flesh. Frills to will. Trust forged in breach and build. Pulse quickened. Vulnerable. Radicals could strike feeds now. Twist right to chaos. Vec tensed. Blade half drawn. Marries zoomed holocam. Elias knelt opposite. No flinch. He matched her gaze, then extended hand. Palm up, fingers splayed. Human steady, but he knew right depths. Studied her archives, unasked. His fingers traced her frill base, precise. Thren seal. Anchor point. Nerve web. No fumbler grasp. He pressed claw tip there. Gentle lock, syncing her pulse to his heartbeat. Thrum matched. Perfect echo. Chamber stilled. Gasps swelled. Vec's mandibles dropped. Culturally exact. Elias spoke low. For her alone, yet mics caught. Siley Thren. I seal. No contracts. Shared life. Protect. Build. His other hand cupped her claw. Interlock complete. Glow surged blue-white. Right bound. She rose first, pulling him up. Frills flushed warm. Rewired. Paper marriage. Dead. This breathed. Delegations erupted. Crash-banged podium. New covenant logged. Contract era ends. Residency dual granted. No rewards shifted. Marries whooped. Trending supernova. Human seals alien heart. Subs pouring. Vec approached cautious. Scanner dipping. Deviation? Pure. Motives verified. Offspring viable projection. High. Saley ignored. Claws linked Elias's. His thumb grazed her knuckle. Signal. Ours. Core settled. Years his love waited. Now chosen. But chamber alarms blared. Holofeeds spiked red. Radical elder broadcast. Vow desecrated. Thren purity strike. Colony edge now. Kresh frills iced. Evac protocols. Elias squeezed her claw. Mapped hollow midair. Human colony grids. Defenses prepped. Plan C holds. Siley's frills synced his calm. She nodded. Together. They moved as one. Delegations scrambling behind. Radical elder's face loomed on screens. Barb drones massing. Vow target. Her. Them. Elias flanked her out the chamber doors. Hand never left. Fortify the build site. Trap them. Vec fell in. Blade out. Human plan? Thren traps. She smiled sharp. Claws tightened. Unbreakable. Marries jogged up. Cam rolling. Sequel bait. What's plan C? Elias glanced back. Home. Shuttle bays loomed ahead. Drones hummed distant, but closer. Siley's pulse raced with his. Love. Rewritten. War. Incoming. Council seals chimed final. Rights locked. They vaulted ramps. Engines roared. Radical fleet signatures bloomed on nav. Elder's voice crackled. End the human taint. Elias punched cords. Engage shields. Thren weave. Now. Siley synced frills to shipnet. Webs deployed energy nets. Her design. Human power surged them live. Collision course set. Trust rights first test. Drones swarmed. Nets snapped taut. Elias grinned faint. Got him. She leaned in. Lips brushed his ear. New gesture. Human echo. Chosen. Explosions lit void. Fleet tangled. Elder ship veered. Exposed. Vec whooped rare. Capture viable. Marries narrated live. Covenant crushes radicals. Live. Saley watched Elias pilot. Calm cuts through chaos. Years loving silent. now loud. Core full, bond sealed. Build ahead, but Elder ping desperate. Surrender, mate. Or all burn, Elias banked hard. Your call. Saeli's claws dug in. End it. Shields flared, final weave closed.